Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call this local liquor control commission meeting on September 23rd, 2025 to order at 7 p.m. We'll be taking a roll call. Commissioner DiTomaso?
Commissioner King,
Present.
Commissioner Wagner is out. Commissioner Weiss,
Present.
President Patrick,
Here.
and I am here.
Okay. Moving forward, public comments on agenda items. I don't see any. Any public comments on non-agenda items? And there are none there either. So we'll move on to item 4, approval of the minutes of August 26th meeting. The minutes from the meeting at August 26, 2025. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I motion we approve them.
Okay, made motion by Commissioner Weiss. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Commissioner DiTomaso. Is there any discussion?
Were the revisions I sent you incorporated in the minutes?
No, the minutes are not supposed to be in-depth. They're just supposed to be broad strokes. That's why those weren't in there. Plus, they were already submitted and posted on the website, so I didn't want to go back and change them. Do you think it's that big of an issue?
I mean, the commissioner report is just, the sentence is like incomplete. I don't know.
Okay, what we could do is, if you'd like to make a motion, we could make a motion to postpone the approval of these minutes until our next meeting.
Yeah, the other question I had, like, so these meetings are being recorded and put on YouTube. And,
Yes.
The comment that Commissioner DiTomaso made at the last meeting is that he spent several hours writing the minutes. So having the minutes in general seems kind of redundant if we're posting the videos on YouTube, and transcripts can be downloaded from those videos anyway. Have we discussed that with other?
That is true, but minutes are required by law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Your call. If you want them more in-depth, I can do that.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, you want to move forward then?
Yes.
Okay, so then we will, we have a motion by Commissioner Weiss, second by Commissioner DiTomaso. Is there any other discussion? All right, seeing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Commissioner King,
Present.
yes or no?
Present.
We're voting on the,
On the approval of the
I get
minutes.
it, I get it.
So I'm
It's a
making
no,
an
it's a no,
extension.
it's a not vote.
It's an extension.
Yeah. Commissioner Weiss,
Yes.
President Patrick,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Okay, moving along to amendments to the agenda. Do we have any amendments? Okay, seeing none, we are going to move to new business, discussion of monthly reports. Commissioner DiTomaso?
Forgive me with the website issues, I don't have my own reports. No, these are.
Oh, the reports?
Yeah. But that's what we have so far. I'm working on getting, for our next meeting, the food and beverage tax reports and code enforcement stuff. But we do have the gaming report and the police report from August.
Are there any other types of reports or information that you think that you might be beneficial right now, outside of what has already been provided?
No, I think we were just discussing the ordinances. Are there
Okay.
any ordinance violations recently?
That'd be coming from the code
Yeah, that's what you
enforcement.
said. That would be the only other thing I'd like to see.
Okay. All right. Is there any discussion, any other discussion on the monthly reports? All right, seeing none, moving along to discussion of liquor licenses and fees. Commissioner DiTomaso.
Okay, so I put together this chart, as you guys see, and it lists out the different licenses and their current fees And I put together a proposal to raise the fees, and what you see is in red would be the new amount. It's important to point out that in 2019, the village board voted to add a provision which would have increased the liquor license fees annually and automatically by the CPI. So far, the best I can find is that that was only done for this year. That was not done the prior years. So if you were to look at the CPI for that period of time, it comes out to just under, a hair under 25%. So realistically, the current numbers should actually be 25% higher than they are. So I put together what I thought the increases should be, but that's just a talking point.
So what is the basis year for the numbers in black under current?
That is the current, what do you mean?
So you said that the numbers haven't changed in a few years, right?
Well, they were supposed to start changing in 2020, and go up every year by the CPI. They only went up by the CPI last year. So these numbers actually turn out to not be correct. But they're very close. They're a little bit higher in reality as of last year, or this year, I should say.
Maybe it would be beneficial if you just explain what the CPI is again, and how often and how regularly they're supposed to go up.
I did. They're supposed to go up every year, annually on January 1st by the amount of the CPI for the previous year. The CPI is the Consumer Price Index, is set by, I believe, the
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Bureau of Labor Statistics. So I did the calculation just looking back to when they passed that ordinance and how many times it should have been upgraded. And we had some pretty high years since then. So if that seems like 25% would be a lot, that's why.
So just to clarify then, our previous administration did not apply the CPI to the previous years.
No, they didn't. And I'm also, at our next meeting, I'm actually going to suggest that we look at that portion of the ordinance and repeal it. I think it's too much of a problem for the
Okay.
staff to have to go calculate every year, and nobody can plan, and so on and so forth. So
Let's definitely get that on the next agenda then as a talking point so that we could discuss it a little further.
yes.
Okay.
In red, you see under new, these are just my suggestions. Again, we can change them to, whatever we choose. I spoke with the attorney. These are all in the ballpark of being reasonable, so he has no problem with taking them to these levels. And I think they fit a little bit better, the licenses and the characteristics of the licenses.
One thing I will say is that you organized this really nice. This is very nicely done, put together. It makes it very easy to read and to understand. So thank you for doing that.
So any further discussion?
How does the new values compare to neighboring municipalities?
I've only been able to look at a few neighboring municipalities because a lot of them have them kind of buried. But we would be higher than most of them, but I would suspect that they would all start raising as well if we took the lead.
Any other questions, discussions about the liquor licenses and fees?
So 2020 is our reference year based on the current values, right? Or 2024? Is it 20?
Where?
So current. So for instance, a single A license is $2,500 currently.
That was set in 2019.
2019.
And as I said, there was a small, I want to say 2.7% increase this year. But that was the only increase that took place since then. And that's not reflected in the 2,500, because I just got that information today.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
No.
Okay. We could continue discussing this further if you want this on another agenda topic. If we want to take some action, absolutely. I'll put that on the next agenda. All right, we're going to move along to new business 6D, the discussion on Bassett certification for liquor control commissioners. Commissioner DiTomaso.
We've talked about this a few times, and we're still talking about it, obviously. My understanding is Commissioner King has gotten his,
All right.
Yes, I got my
and
certificate.
Commissioner Weiss and I have been lazy and haven't gotten ours done yet.
Commissioner King, can I ask you what the process was like? Was it an easy process? How did you attend the course?
Yeah, it was web-based training, so
Okay.
well, it took a few hours.
Okay.
And, yeah, I got the certificate, and they're supposed to send me a card, I think, in the mail or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it was pretty straightforward.
All right. So, I would say that if there's any further questions regarding the Bassett certification when you go to do it, Commissioner King is our expert here on the board with completing the Bassett certification, so please reach out to him and feel free to do that.
Okay.
Is there any more discussion on the Bassett certification?
I think it's a great idea for the commission to be certified. I think that I learned a lot about, alcohol distribution, especially, IDing folks and make sure it doesn't go to minors, and recognizing signs of when someone's impaired and cannot take any more alcohol, and then, the section on driving while intoxicated is important. I think it's useful information for any citizen out there. So I think it's extremely worthwhile for us and others out there as well.
What was the website that you went to get certified at? Was that through the state of Illinois? Yes, Illinois Bassett. Okay. So Illinois Bassett certification. Thank you.
Yeah, and Certus, I think, is the company that facilitates the web-based training. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a number of companies that do the online certification for Illinois. All you have to do to find them is do a Google search for Illinois Bassett certification,
Okay.
and a list will come up.
Okay.
And I also did the food handler certification. That was an extra like $5. Figured why not?
Okay. All right. Is there any other discussion on Bassett certification?
No.
Okay. We'll move along to
Tracking.
discussion of the tracking of the Bassett licenses. Commissioner DiTomaso.
Yeah, this is in regards to licensees, tracking the licensees' compliance with both the state and local ordinance that all their servers need to be Bassett certified. From what I'm being told, they've generally been doing it on an annual basis. When they do the renewal, they send in all their current employees' Bassett certificates. I'm not quite sure how we would enforce tracking on an ongoing basis throughout the year, but I'm open to ideas.
Okay.
Because what, it's 144 days after
120.
employment or 120 within employment that they have to be trained?
Yeah, they have to be trained within 120 days, and they're supposed to send us a copy of the Bassett certificate as well, but we really have no way of knowing when they do a new hire and all that. And I just don't know how we would.
Do you know if the establishments are required by law to have them physically present at
Yes.
their location?
They are required to have them physically present, and they are required to present them upon request by you.
Okay.
So if you've got nothing to do on a Thursday,
Would we, is it practice for the village to request those with the renewal permit that they would get, or they would apply for?
Yeah, usually that has been typically the process in the past here, is that on the annual renewals of each of the licenses, any new additional information will be submitted with their application. And however, I do have to get clarification on whether or not an establishment hires a new employee midway through the year, what those requirements are and how they get that certification to the,
Yeah, they're supposed to send it to us, but I don't think it ever happens.
okay.
And again, I don't know how we would enforce it, how we would track knowing that somebody hired somebody.
Right. Okay. Well, there's a few things regarding the tracking of the licenses that I would have to look into a little bit further about, like what compliance looks like legally as far as that goes. But I think this is another topic that could be on the next agenda as well to further the discussion on this. So, do we have any more discussion of the tracking of Bassett licenses?
No?
No?
Is there potentially like an online portal that an establishment could upload a new hires Bassett certification to the village, that the village would have, or something like that?
They could email.
Oh, and I think, I don't think we necessarily have a portal, but I think email would be the most simplified way of doing it. So maybe there's a way that we could make a policy added to the annual renewals that says upon a new hire, you have the 120 days from employment to get certified, and then email a copy of that Bassett certificate to either myself or someone on staff.
Right.
Maybe even copy the clerk on that as well.
And what would we do with employee attrition, like if somebody leaves an establishment?
Well, by the time that the next annual renewal would come along, we would see that they are no longer employed there. Any other discussion? All right, well, we are going to go ahead and move along to commissioner comments. I'll start on my right. Commissioner King?
No comments.
No comments, all right. On my left, Commissioner DiTomaso?
I'd like to get us with a special meeting before the 14th of October. So that, and the reason being is that I want to get these fee increases finalized so that the board has an opportunity to vote on them, because obviously this is just our recommendation. They're the ones that have to make the final decision. And there needs to be time for staff to send out the renewal letters reflecting the new amounts.
So just to clarify, so the next village board meeting is the 13th of October. And you're looking to have a special meeting prior to that, so that way you can make a formal recommendation to the board?
That's correct.
Okay. So what I would recommend then is either the week of the 28th of September through the 4th, or the, that is when I would do it. I would do it I would do it next week, anywhere between the 28th to the 4th.
What commission meetings
So.
would conflict?
So Thursday, the 2nd, Historical Preservation Commission meets here at 6 p.m. Friday, the 3rd is open. Wednesday, the 1st is open.
Does that date work for either of you guys? Those dates?
I believe
I know
so.
you said you're going to be in Greece on the 7th.
Yes, the week of the 7th.
So if Wednesday, October 1st is available for everybody, I think that would be the most
Yeah.
ideal time to have that
I'm
meeting.
available.
That way it gives everybody time to have a discussion on what's on the agenda, so that way you could make that formal recommendation in time enough to be for the village board meeting on the 13th.
October 1st is?
Yes, what time?
I'm open
I'm open.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm good after 4.
after 4.
Yeah.
Tom?
I'm good after, in the evening sometime.
Do you want it early? Do you want it 7 o'clock? Do you want it?
7 o'clock is good, because that's the
Okay.
time we have this meeting, right? I
That's
guess.
fine for me, yeah.
Okay, so we're looking to hold a special local liquor control commission meeting on October 1st at 7 PM right here? Mm-hmm. Okay,
And that's regarding the licensing.
Yes,
costs.
license fees, yeah.
License fees.
and that will be discussion of that. Okay. Okay, any more comments?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Weiss?
No, I'm good. Just I am plan on getting my basket before the next training.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I don't have much either. I do want to thank Commissioner DiTomaso for doing a lot of the legwork here regarding this. You did put a lot of work and time into this, and you made it look really nice too, by the way.
It's easy to understand.
Yes, it is very well
Follow.
organized.
Yeah, I got tired of going back and forth between 15 different documents to figure out what I was talking about, so.
And again, I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you for showing up. And other than that, everybody, I hope you have a good night. Village staff is not present, so we will look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay,
Ayes?
and is there any discussion? Seeing none, okay, all in favor, voice vote.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Seeing none, okay, we are adjourned
Thank you.
at 7:21 PM. Thank you, everybody.